Each one of these is committed within 6 days of the 9th birthday of the daughters of the families. And those birthdays always occur on the 14th of the month. So basically 6 days either before or after the 14th of the month. So we have 3 numbers that might be significant: 6, 9, and 14. Let's start with 9. The number 9 might be significant because it is, of course, a multiple of the number 3, and 3 is a very important number in both Judaism and Christianity. Of course, in Christianity, we have the Holy Trinity, one God in 3 persons: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Jesus rose from the dead on the 3rd day after his death by crucifixion. But 3 is also established as a significant number in the Hebrew Scriptures, or as known to Christians, the Old Testament. In the books of the Old Testament, 3 is a number of absolute truth. The manuscripts of the books of the Bible, Old and New Testament alike, were written during a time when there was no real way of visually emphasizing a point in writing. They didn't have italics or bold. Everything was pretty much capital letters. There was no distinction between capital or lowercase. So emphasis of an importance of an idea came through repetition. If something was repeated 3 times, that meant that was it. Absolute fact, truth. No argument, no rebuttal, no room for debate. The issue is settled. Traditionally, the number 3 is also associated with the realm of the spirit, the unseen world, particularly the forces of good, the forces aligned with God. So 3 repeated 3 times, i.e. the number 9, has an extra punch. In Longlegs' case, the multiplication of the number 3 times, and considering that 3 is associated with absolute truth, might indicate his absolute power. He is totally in control and cannot be stopped. There's also the possible identification of an unholy trinity in the figures of Longlegs, Agent Harker, and Harker's mother, Ruth. We'll get more into that in a bit. This idea has been found online around the internet in various locations, blogs and such that discuss this film, that Harker, her mother, and Longlegs are a sort of unholy trinity. I can get on board with that, but there are also other ideas related to this that identify them each as being specific figures from the book of Revelation, and those ideas don't pan out, and we'll see why in a moment. In her investigation, Agent Harker discovers that Longlegs' timeline for the combining the age, 9, with 6 days before or after the actual birthday occurring on the 14th of the month, forms an inverted triangle. Because the triangle is a shape having 3 sides and 3 angles, each side and each angle being distinct yet forming a single shape, it is often used as a symbol of the Holy Trinity. Again, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. 3 persons in a single Godhead and one deity, a single God, existing in 3 divine persons. Because of this, the triangle in different forms will often be incorporated into church architecture, especially in medieval European churches and in churches built on the medieval European pattern. You'd be forgiven for thinking that Longlegs' inversion of a triangle is a sort of turning on its head of the Holy Trinity, inverting the Holy Trinity to represent the unholy Trinity. And that might be what's going on here, but it's not necessarily the case. This illustration shows sometimes a triangle can be inverted in order to show that the Holy Spirit proceeds forth downwards from heaven, if you will, into creation from both God the Father and God the Son. This is at least in the Catholic understanding. The Eastern Orthodox have a different take on the procession of the Holy Spirit, but that's for another video, potentially even a different channel.